Hello everyone. Today I am going to give you one more very important and very easy and entertaining trick which will amaze you, and in turn you can learn this and amaze your friends, your family members and your colleagues. This is a trick in which we can carry out multiplication of two numbers which differ by 2, just like 11 and 13, or 20 and 22, and 82 and 84, and so on, or they differ by 4 or any other even quantity, say 6, 8, and so on. This multiplication of these two numbers which are differing by 2 can be done in one step, in a single step. If there is a prerequisite for this, you should know the squares of the numbers. So if you are well aware of the squares of the numbers, then you can carry out this multiplication in a single step. I'll just demonstrate this using a simple example. Now first I'll take 11 multiplied by 13. Now for this, what you need to do is, it's a very simple step. You just need to see which is that number which lies exactly between 11 and 13. So we have 12 in between 11 and 13. So just write square of the 12 and subtract 1. So if you know the square of the 12 is 144, then your answer is 143. You don't need to carry out the multiplication. Just use this simple method, that whenever the two numbers in a product differ by 2, then you have to take the square of the quantity which lies between the two numbers and just subtract 1 from that square. Isn't that simple? Now let us practice this rule by taking 2 or 3 more examples. Say we have 15 into 17. Now you just need to know the square of 16. Square of 16 is 256, so your product is 255. No traditional multiplications, nothing. Just arrive at the result in a matter of 2 seconds only. These two steps which I have written are to be done in mind. While demonstrating, I am writing it on the board to enable you to understand it in a better way. But if these two steps are done orally, mentally, then you can arrive at 255 directly without using pen and paper, and in a matter of just 2 seconds. Let us take one more example. Say we have 24 into 26. Now 24 and 26, the number in between them is 25. So 25 square minus 1, that this is 625 minus 1, 624 is the product. Yet another larger number, say we have 31 into 33. 32 lies in between them. So if you know the square of 32 is 1024, then the product is 1023. Likewise, if you extend this method for larger numbers, then you have to be aware of the square of some larger numbers also. And even if you are not aware of the square of these larger numbers, then you can calculate the square of larger numbers also orally. I have mentioned that in one of the previous tricks which I have posted in my channel. So this is one method. So I am just summarizing the rule for you. Square of middle number minus 1. This is the rule for finding the product of two numbers which is differing by 2. Now say the difference between the two numbers is now 4. I am taking a even difference between the numbers. So now suppose 11 into 13 becomes 11 into 15. Now the difference is 4 here. So what we do is, again we write the middle number. So 15 and 11, the middle number is 13. So I square 13, and now I have to subtract 4 from this square to get this product. See, this was 1. 1 square is 1. So when the difference is 2, you have to subtract 1 square. You can write 1 square also, because 1 square is 1. And for framing the rule for difference of numbers differing by 4, here you have square of mid number minus 2 square. Now here it was 1 square, here it is 2 square. So if there is a difference of 4 between the two numbers, then you subtract 4. So 169 minus 465 is the product. Likewise, you can generalize this result for numbers differing by larger quantities, say 6, 8 and so on. I will just summarize the result, generalize the result for you. We will take 2 or 3 more examples to have a better grasp over this method. Say we have 17 into differ by 4, 21. Now 17 plus 2 is 19, so 19 lies between them. Minus 4, 19 square is 361, minus 4, 357 is the product. Likewise, you have more, say larger numbers, say you have 60 into 64. Now you have to know the square of 62. If you know the square of 62, it's okay, otherwise you can do it by Vedic method, which I have already mentioned in some previous trick. 2 to the 4, 12 plus 12, 24, 4, 2, 6 is the 36 plus 2, 38. So 3844. Now this is again done by vertically and crosswise method, which I mentioned in one of the tricks. 3844 minus 4, so the product is 3840. Yet another example, say 35 into 39. 37 is the intermediate number, square minus 4. Now you should know the square of 37. If you don't know it, you can calculate it through vertically and crosswise. 9, 7 7s are 49, 4 carry. 21, 21, 42 plus 4, 46, 4 carry. 9 plus 4, 13. So 1369 is the square of 37. So 1369 minus 4, which gives us 1365. So see, once you have the knowledge of squares, the basic methods become so easier. The multiplications and all, it does not consume much time when you face the competitive exams. Now we can generalize this result. Suppose you have a difference of 6, 11 into 17. Now here we subtracted 1 square, here we subtracted 2 square. Now when the difference is 6, we subtract 3 square. So the rule is 11 and 17, the intermediate number, you have to find the intermediate number. So 11 and 17, intermediate number is 14. So 14 square minus, and now the difference is 6. 6, half of 6 is 3, so 3 square 9. We have to subtract 9. 14 square is 196 minus 9, 187 is the product. So you can generalize this result now and arrive at various products. So multiplication becomes easier when you have knowledge of these small and interesting methods of calculations. So keep learning, keep enjoying, and share and subscribe the video if you like it.